Hello dear friends, welcome again to my channel, YouTube channel, Geotechnical Engineering Consultancy Tips after a very long time gap. Today I will be covering with you all about the subject topic subsurface investigation for foundations, the object, scope, planning and its stages as per Indian Standard Code IS 1892-2021. Because in this very year this code was revised, and in the initial lectures when I started this series of mine in the lecture 6 and lecture 8, I did cover this code, but I did tell you all about what new things this code has now covered. And the eighth one was regarding the essential components of the geotechnical investigation report, which this code suggests to be incorporated while preparing any subsurface investigation report for foundations for any structure. So now coming over to my current lecture. Subsurface investigation for any construction site is a must for any preliminary design and finalization of the foundation design for the specified structure. The object and scope of the investigation is to provide the structure designer concerned information about the existing site ground conditions, including description of ground variations, that is the stratigraphy present beneath the ground, presence of organic matter, nearby natural drain, if any, as well as requirement of ground improvement and or treatment of foundations for the presence of harmful salts if found to be met with at that very particular site of investigation in soil and water as well. Now coming over to my next slide, that is after this first slide is over, the second slide. The subsurface investigation is a method for gathering the subsurface data and information by way of sampling and further laboratory testing of the below surface materials samples collected, including soil, rock, groundwater position and any other man-made or artificial filled up or backfilled materials found beneath the earth's surface in order to generate a proper good geotechnical engineering report with recommendations for suitable foundations for that very structure to be built at that particular site. The detailed subsurface investigation enables us to draw vertical section of the strata in the proposed construction area with design parameters, grain size distribution, Atterberg limits, soil classification, shear strength and compressibility parameters, swelling properties if any, drainage properties, etc. derived from laboratory testing of the samples collected. A knowledge of the subsoil condition and the groundwater table and its fluctuation, that is its variation pre-monsoon and post-monsoon is a prerequisite for the subsurface evaluation of any site. The information about variations in the groundwater table from location to location and its seasonal fluctuation is also required to be a part of such investigation. Now coming over to my third slide. The scope of subsurface investigation as per clause 1.1 of Indian Standard Code IS 1892-2021, that is 2021 year, is set to include the following for planning and design of foundations for buildings, structures including industrial structures and infrastructure projects alike. A brief geological description of the site with history of seismicity of the area, that is whether it is in zone 2, 3, 4 or 5 and its past earthquake experiences, presence of surface drainage, etc. must be the part and parcel of the report. B. Sequence and extent of various layers, that is the soil stratigraphy and rock strata, kind of rock being present in the region which is likely to be influenced due to the proposed construction. C. Nature of each stratum, their physical, chemical and engineering properties. D. Suitability of the stratum to support the foundation or its use as construction material. E. Location of groundwater table, its variation across the site, seasonal fluctuations and chemical composition. That is, if any harmful chemicals, salts are being found to be present in the groundwater table which may hamper the long-term serviceability of the structure, that is its reaction with concrete, etc. and so on and with brickwork also as well, as the case may be. F. Requirement of any ground improvement, treatment of existing soil with respect to proposed construction if desired so. G. Substrata response to dynamic loading as well as environmental changes, if any, applied for in that very particular case. H. Suitability of earth as fill material, backfill material. J. Seepage and requirement of dewatering, vertical support for deep excavations, etc. K. Proposed foundation system, either shallow foundation or deep foundation, as deemed suitable for the concerned structure, because the recommendation for the kind of foundation will depend upon the kind of the structure, the soil strata being met, as well as the site situation. because an overhead tank or a building or a multi-story building or a silo or any other structure, transmission line tower, it all depends and varies from situation to situation. That is how the kind of foundation is to be recommended depends upon the actual soil stratigraphy in relation to that very particular structure to be built at the site. Now slide 4. General information to be acquired in from areas which have already been previously explored and already developed. In case accessible and available, we must use that information if we are having geotechnical investigation being done in its vicinity. Then such data from nearby structures may be utilized in planning the investigation also as well. Information such as type of foundations used, records of borehole or trial pits, if any, present and available with us, of the previous investigation works being done in that particular area, depth of water table as observed in nearby well or bore wells, any specific problems faced previously may be collected as explained in clause 3.1 of Indian Standard Code IS 1892-2021, which would be of great help in deciding about our current recommendations for this very investigation. Subsurface exploration and investigation need be planned as per clause 3.2 of Indian Standard Code IS 1892-2021, which states that the subsurface exploration consists of geotechnical investigation including subsurface sounding tests as well, and a few geophysical investigations wherever necessary also. That is, these geophysical investigations and subsurface soundings can be done if needed for that very particular project. The type and extent of investigation is to be decided based on the nature of the project, the variations in strata condition, and the necessity of the input data required for the design and construction of foundations or for any other temporary support structure for deep excavation if any, etc. The type and extent का मतलब ये होता है कि the number of the boreholes and the depth of the boreholes and their interspacing at the very site need be decided judiciously for that very particular structure to be built at the site. Slide number 5. The subsurface exploration and investigation generally proceeds in stages. This clause has been incorporated in this 2021 year only in this very code. The stages of subsurface investigation as per clause 4.1 of Indian Standard Code IS 1892-2021 are namely being given below as site reconnaissance, preliminary investigation, detailed investigation, construction stage investigation, and post-construction stage investigation, which maybe I would be dealing in my upcoming future lectures if I cover this very topic. Otherwise, the name is very clearly indicating that what does these actually 5 stages mean. However, the characteristics of the subsurface strata and conditions are assessed in greater detail as the stages of investigations proceed. In case of offshore locations, suitable working platforms are required for investigations to be done. It is also necessary to carry out subsurface investigation in or of the borrow areas from where the earth material is required to be used for construction of earthen embankments, etc. So dear friends, this was what I wish to explain you all in this lecture of mine. Keep on subscribing to my YouTube channel Geotechnical Engineering Consultancy Tips. Thank you very much.